I'm just gonna, you must have submitted this plan.
Yeah, that's
With
probably
your
a plan
application.
from when we did the work, originally did the work, the stay-away and stuff, I think.
I'm gonna pass this plan around, but just brief explanation. I've been on site, so just brief explanation of those two trees that you need to have removed.
Yeah, there's just a set of stay-away down to the lake, and there's one up towards the top and one down closer towards the water that are both dead. And the tops have been coming off in sections, bit by bit, but it's to the point where I, feel it's dangerous, especially in the summertime when there's a lot of activity there.
Okay. There's the plan. It's unfortunate I didn't realize you had a plan. We sometimes scan the plan and put it on there, so I'm just gonna pass it around.
Yeah.
I believe at the end of the stairway, there shows a stairway there?
Yeah.
Which is fairly close to the pond. There's two oak trees or some hardwood type trees that are hanging right over the stairway, and it looks like it's hanging over a portion of the dock. We looked at them, myself and the agent, Caitlin went out months ago. We looked at them, and they are a hazard. They're gonna be right at the end of the proposed stairwell.
Okay.
I don't know if you brought any photographs, but,
No,
okay,
not
that's
really.
fine. Okay. Do any board members have any questions? I know typically we'll sometimes ask for, some sort of report from a botanist. This is pretty much cut and dry. I don't really think that would be necessary. They're scragglers. There's lots of vegetation in that particular area. So the loss of those two trees is just going to be to his advantage to protect his property. Anybody got any questions? Anybody from the audience on 7 Heron Road? Okay. Seeing none, I'm going to look for a motion to close the hearing.
Make a motion to close the hearing on 7 Heron.
A second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. I'd be looking for a motion to approve the RDA for 7 Heron Road.
Make a motion to approve the RDA for 7 Heron Road.
Okay. I'm going to take a second just for this discussion.
Yep.
A second? Have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. I just want to point out, Mr. Mortland, that I think when we looked at those originally, these trees are going to be taken down by hand.
Yeah.
I mean, the bank is so steep, you can't get any heavy equipment.
No,
We
don't.
kind of thought that you might take them down in the wintertime when there's also.
Right. Yeah, there's
So-
one that I definitely was gonna wait till the winter, do it where the ice is there.
Okay.
But the other one leans upward, so that could be done sooner.
Okay. All right. And my suggestion is we're going to issue an order of condition that there be no heavy equipment, the trees removed by hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Based on that, do you want to remake your motion to include all the trees are going to be removed by hand?
Sure. I'll make a motion, amend my motion to, for 7 Heron Road, that the trees be allowed to be removed, but no heavy equipment used and be done by hand.
Okay, you have another second?
I'll second that
Okay,
motion.
any discussion? No. Okay, I'm looking for a vote. I'm sorry, I'll move for a vote.
Yeah.
Okay,
Aye.
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 John? Aye. Okay, 5-0. Okay, you're all set. They
right.
should be sending you something. You can check with the office in a few weeks.
Okay, thank
Or in
you.
a few days. Okay, thank you. I'm going to take a few items out of order. The next one would be, Mr. Webber, you're here on 105 or you're here at 109 Palmer? Okay. I'm just going to take it very quickly because there's some discussion items, if you don't mind. There's a mouse here somewhere. I'm going to put, okay, there's the plan there. Mr. Webby? You're here on an informal discussion, so there's nothing that, we don't need to open up a meeting or hearing, but,
Yeah, Joe Webby, Webby Engineering. I'm here on behalf of Tim Fabrowski. And last fall, the commission issued a cease and desist and an enforcement order on two of his lots that he have on Palmer Mill Road, 105 and 109. 105, you have issued an order of conditions. It's being held up for other reasons. But now he has a The buyer of the existing dwelling wants this lot, not for building purposes. So what the closing attorneys, if we can call it that, want the enforcement order lifted. So I think the easiest way to lift the enforcement order is to do a restoration plan. And he can start planting any time now. But we're proposing to put some 42 blueberry bushes in the, within the 50 feet.
Can you just point that out to us? Okay, good.
So except, this is all the 50 feet in that area that's all shaded in. There'll be some 42 bushes in that area, and then in the second 100, he's gonna put, he's gonna rake that out and put conservation seed mix.
Okay, is there anything else you wanted to add?
There will be, we are proposing to put in 5 conservation posts just along the 50-foot, just so that the new owner knows that there is a restricted area there.
Okay, just to let the board know, typically, we would be either doing a notice of intent for a restoration plan, but there's 2 mechanisms. Because we have an enforcement order, they have the option of coming in with a restoration plan. It would be similar to a notice of intent, but it would be relative just to that restoration plan. They couldn't do anything else other than restore that particular area. So this work would be allowed under the enforcement order. I guess my question is whether or not any of the members want to do a site visit. I know that I was out there 6 or 7 months ago, so I have no idea what it looks like now. So I get, the first question I have is, do the members feel as though a site visit is going to be appropriate for this? Just talk about that for a second.
I personally, I think I would like to see what this area looks like. I haven't been out there yet, so I think I would like to take a look at it.
Okay. Ed, any,
I think be fine with John going out there.
okay. Paul?
I'd like to look at it
You'd like
myself.
to look at it?
Kathy?
I could go out, I just won't be around for another week.
Another
So you
week,
go
okay.
out the end of next week.
Okay, so the first thing is we are going to schedule a site visit. Okay, so that's going to be a yes, right? And again, he does not have to file the notice of intent, and any orders that we want to issue would in fact be under this restoration plan. Mr. Webber, do you mind just giving us an outline? You got a bunch of dots. How many trees and bushes are you planning on installing?
There's going to be, in the larger area, 34, and then this little bit here is going to be
34 and 8. What type of bushes?
8. Blueberry bushes. In a 15 feet apart.
Okay. That's from the 0 to the 50. And then from the 50 to the 100, just so that I'm clear.
Just going to rake that out and plant conservation seedlings.
Any members of the board got any questions at this point for Mr. Webby, or any concerns of what they're doing or what they're proposing is not going to take care of the situation? I mean, if some of them don't feel as though that's adequate, then probably ought to know now. I mean, we are going to do a site visit, but it would probably be important to let Mr. Webby know now that it looks like something that the board wants to consider.
I'm sorry, Mr. Webby, what was taken out of there?
It was a mess, actually, but it was just brambles, and no large trees.
You said no large trees?
Yeah, no large trees.
Okay.
It was just land that had grown in, and I don't have any pictures before.
Okay. I take it right for
But
it.
you can certainly go out and kind of look at the area he didn't touch, and it's just like that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Way back, this was a big field, like, Al and I remember what it was.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Ed, I'm gonna go to you, if you know, Ed, any concerns, or do you think that's gonna
No,
be?
since they're not building on it, just buying this part of the lot to just own. So I have no issues.
Okay, Paul, anything, any
Where are the
concern?
sign, where are the sign posts gonna be?
Signpost,
We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
are they even 50 feet or so?
50 foot.
At the 50 foot, how far away? You got a scale, what are you, 20 scale, so are they about 100 feet away?
50.
50, so they're 50 feet apart at the 50 foot. Okay. Kathy? Any?
I might have some more posts. Can we do it like every 25 feet, or you think 50 is sufficient?
I did speak with the gentleman that's gonna purchase the property. His attorney found the enforcement order. We talked at length. He's a local resident, and I did something for him years ago. His intent was to purchase the property and to leave that vacant,
Okay.
until such time he was gonna buy it for his son, if my memory's correct. But if for some reason in 5 or 6 years his son wanted to move, then he wanted the potential to develop it at that point. Okay, I don't have much of a problem with that. Can you just scale the spacing, just to see if we can? You can guess if you want.
Instead of 50, that's 60, 60, 6, so I would say 6 feet on the, this one is 50 feet from the property line, 60, 60, 60, and then this one's just in the middle.
Okay. You feel okay with that, 60 feet? 60 feet apart? Think that's enough, or you wanted to go 50?
How about if I take a look at it when I go out there?
Okay.
I think when we do that, you know when you want to go
Yeah.
out,
Okay.
you have permission anytime you want.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll schedule if we're gonna have to post it if everybody's going together. So we'll work that out in the next couple of days. The only thing that I am going to suggest is that, based on, let me just make a comment. When this was brought to our attention before, I believe the applicant had made some statements that the reason he went in there was to clean some debris. I don't have any evidence of that. I didn't see any of that when I was out there. But that's supposedly why he cleaned it. The other issue that I don't have an issue with the plan is that the commission has incurred fees based on the non-responsiveness of the applicant. So I think those should be addressed. Based on that, I think I'm gonna look for a motion to continue this to our next meeting, if that's okay. Nobody in the audience is here on, this is gonna be number 109 Palmer. That's gonna be the official address of this?
Yeah, 109.
109, okay. It's gonna be lot 11, 109. Anybody?
May I make a motion that we continue this to our next meeting, that being the Palmer Mill Road, Lot 11, 109 Palmer Mill Road?
I'm looking for a second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5-0. So we are, just to recap, we're gonna schedule a site visit. Any comments, Kathy? If you're not gonna be here, whatever, you can just send us the comments. We've got 34 blueberry bushes in conservation mix. Mr. Webby, I think one of the concerns that the commission might have, or I would have, is that whose responsibility for one growing season? I think that's,
Yeah, I think that's something we have to discuss with obviously with Tim and the new owners. But I would hope that the first year goes on Tim.
Well, actually, it will. I mean, this order is going to be based on the lot, and it's going to be based on the applicant. And so he is the applicant.
Yes.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in some conservation issues, we like to make sure that there's going to be at least 1 year's worth of maintenance or growth. So if something happens within that first year, then the applicant is responsible for paying for it. So do you want to come up with some plan?
Sure,
Or
yeah.
you want the board to make some,
Well, either way, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to check it anyways.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? No, sir. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Next order of business is going to be 21 and 23 White Island Road. That would be you, if you, okay. You're gonna put her on, you're gonna put her on here? Yes, if you don't mind. If you don't want to stand, you can take the mic and sit down.
I'm Ray Nordgren. I own 21 and 23 White Island Road. We're here to look for permission to remove some trees that are not in good health and that are endangering the property. And that's why we're here today.
Okay, thank you. Just to point out the, okay, basically we're not going to open up the hearing because the hearing is not going to be published until, I think, the 24th. They kind of missed the publication deadline. I know that we got an email from Caitlin this morning, and she took some pictures, and I know that I went out, and I think a few of the board members went out, and I think we agreed that the trees that were marked were dangerous trees, and if, it's in my opinion, but it's up to the commission, is they've got to come down sooner than later. So, based on that, is the commission likely to allow them to remove the trees, and we'll convert this from a regular RDA to an after-the-fact RDA?
I have no issue with that, especially with the seasons coming up with the wind
Right,
and
yeah.
everything else.
Especially the high wind.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Is it a total of 6 trees?
Um,
2 on 21 White Island Road and
I kind of, yeah.
4, is it a
Yeah.
total of 6?
There is one other tree that is now in question, but I don't think it's that close to the lake. When they took the trees down in the front yesterday, the gentleman who did it noticed there was a pine tree that was covered by the other trees. And I know I pointed out to one of you gentlemen today that if you look up, you can see like a 20-foot split where it's all rotted.
Yeah, when I saw that.
That wasn't on there because I honestly didn't know that the tree was bad.
There's 4?
4 and 2.
It's closer to the front than the 4 and 23 you looked at today.
That large one, just refresh my memory, was the large one in front of 23 or 21?
Oh, the large one that's
The
got
one
the
that you
X
found?
on it?
Yes.
That one, they just didn't take out the other day.
Okay, but the one that they found that was dangerous, is that in between?
Oh, it's on 23, so when you're walking down towards the lake on the left-hand side, before you looked at those 4 trees behind the house, it's kind of down that little bit of the ditch there.
Okay, so you would be looking at 5 trees at, approximately 5 trees at 23?
Yes.
Okay, and two large trees at 21.
Correct.
I think the board, I'm not gonna ask for a vote, but I think you got the general consensus that, the trees should come down. We don't want any more damage. I know we got high winds in the next few days, and there's nothing on them, and you can see the condition of the trees. So, what we would do is, if the trees are going to be removed, prior to the filing date, you already paid already, right?
I did,
Okay.
yeah.
When do you think the trees, you want to have them come down?
The gentleman who was, she can't hear real.
I can't hear.
I'm sorry.
The gentleman who took the trees down, it was South Shore Tree Removal. He was supposed to come back today, but he flat out said, I know you were told they could come down. He said, I need paperwork. He said, I'm held liable if I take these out. So
Okay.
he just needs paperwork, and
So-
he'll take them out. He'll come
So
right back.
so he's gonna come down in the next few days?
He said, call him and put it right up at the top of the list to come out and take
What
them.
we will do, we really don't have paperwork. I'll make a note, we'll call the office in the morning, he can call the office, he can verify it with the administrative assistant, okay? We will attempt to convert this RDA to an after-the-fact RDA.
Okay.
And then you'll have the hearing, which will be scheduled, I don't want to give you the date because I missed it.
I think someone told me May 13th.
Okay, okay. So have them call the office, I'll send her an email that the board's general consensus is to allow the trees to come down.
So does he have to ask for the Conservation Department?
Yes.
Okay.
Where you filed this one, and I have no idea.
I had to go in through the Board of Health. Caitlin wasn't here today.
Correct.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's the same department.
Okay.
Same
Yeah,
person.
yeah, she's the admin for Board of Health and
Peggy?
Peggy. Yeah, just reach out to Peggy. I'll send her, make sure she gets an email first thing in the morning with the board voted, and that's gonna have to be good enough for them.
Okay,
Okay, because we won't have anything in writing until the 13th.
okay.
All right?
right,
You're all
thank
set? Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much.
I am gonna take these two gentlemen, because you're here, and then I'll finish up the agenda. You guys are here on, what did you say? 111 River Street, Wing Busters. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, folks, is under our discussions and actions, the agent's not here, so I don't have an update, but these gentlemen want to speak to whatever's going on at 111 River Street. Thanks.
Chris Winowitz, 129 Circuit Street. I just came to explain, because I know the last two meetings, there was a little miscommunication about where the soil came from. I think it was reported that it showed up in January, and it was like construction debris was dumped on the property. But then the information was going through a couple different people back and forth, so it kind of got a little changed. And I think last meeting it said it wasn't construction, it was the highway department that dumped it, but it was after Plymouth County Mosquito Control came. About a year and a half ago, I think 2023, the culvert on Wood Street totally collapsed or started to collapse, and the field would never flood, it was dry. It started having trouble draining going from under Wood Street to Winnetoxet. And then after rainstorms, it was turning into like a 2-acre pond, a foot deep. Then the street totally collapsed and now no water drain, so it turned into acres of water. So I dealt with the highway department because they weren't aware it totally collapsed at that point. That was in late spring of 2023. At that time, there was a lot of stuff going on in town. They couldn't get right there to like dig up the road, and they were waiting for a new excavator that the town had bought. And then he contacted Plymouth County Mosquito Control because I guess they do the ditch maintenance programs because all the drainage ditches don't get cleaned. And that was at the end of the spring of 2023. But at that point, they switch over to their mosquito, like spraying and stuff. They don't do the ditches anymore. So through 2023, the field just got worse. It just stayed flooded for acres. The town was able to dig out through 5 feet of water near the street to find the ends of the pipe to try to get some water flowing, because Plymouth County Mosquito Control can't clean the ditches if the whole place is flooded. They came and did the Wood Street to Winnetoxet side, end of the fall of 2023, all through Ravenbrook Tree Farm. They cleared 500 feet of ditches all going out that way. Over the winter into 2024, the field finally drained down. That way, in the spring of 2024, Plymouth County Mosquito Control could come in and do the field side, 500 feet out to all the drainage ditches. And in July of last year, the town was able to come in and dig up Wood Street to permanently replace and put big concrete drainage so the water can go under the street like it was intended. So the dirt in July of last year was when Plymouth County dug out all the ditches and kind of dumped the dirt. It was all kind of rough and kind of mounded, so the Wing Busters guys just kind of smoothed it out, cleaned it up, and just put it to the side. But you couldn't see it because it was tall grass and stuff, and I think it didn't get brought in from off-site like it thought it was. It just came from right there at the ditches. So, and I came in and talked to Kathleen and showed her the pictures and stuff, and she said that kind of cleared up everything. of where the dirt came from and stuff.
Is this the area with the, fly the planes out of?
Yeah.
The little plane things, yeah.
Because I think it was originally like someone brought in truckloads from outside the property and dumped it there, which didn't happen at all.
Yeah, okay.
My recollection is, I believe that Alger from VHS Hasiotis was going to initiate some action to get rid of it. He didn't know where it came from.
Yeah, and that's, I think, with the problem. It was getting like relayed through him, so someone else to Wingbusters, and then Wingbusters back to someone else to him, and then back to you guys. So that's where it was like, oh, no, the town dumped it. Oh, it got brought in from somewhere else, but, so I just figured I'd tell you, it came from Plymouth County when they were doing all the ditch cleaning.
Yeah, we appreciate this, because I got 2 calls, and I never found the dirt, but I was on Wood Street.
Yeah,
And it appears that this is on River, or connects somehow to the River. I never found it. But at least now, Caitlin can get back to Alger to see whose responsibilities are gonna be. They might just send somebody to clean it. I doubt Plymouth County's gonna send anybody down, so they might just work with Highway and get it removed.
oh, yeah, oh, the Wingbusters just wanted to just spread it out like it was intended, just kind of level it.
Yeah, the problem is we can't authorize, I can't authorize town equipment to go down there and spread it, but that's, we can maybe work with Highway on that.
Not town equipment, the Wingbusters guys with the shovels. Because they're the ones that just put it in the pile in the first place. It got left in lumps, so they just kind of smoothed it out and put the dirt right there.
That's fine. Just share that with Caitlin, and if they want to do that, that's happy. That'll get it off our plate, like I say, because we got anonymous complaints. And I go back to Peggy and I said, look, I either need a telephone pole, I need some sort of landmark, because I drove up and down the street twice and I did.
Yeah, and I think even like Caitlin said, it got reported as like construction debris, and she said she went out there and it was just dirt. There was no concrete in it.
It was just dirt.
And when I said it came out of the ditches right there, she's like, oh, okay, now that kind of explains it.
All right, thank you. We'll make sure, that she's gonna do the tape, but just stay in touch with her, and we'll get it resolved.
Okay.
I'm just happy they paved something on Wood Street.
Well, I guess it became an emergency because when
I know, because,
the triple E and stuff, so when the street, and it made like a man-made lake,
yeah.
they had to get it back flowing because,
Yeah, mosquitoes love that, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna continue on with the agenda.
Why do you use it?
We have 590 Montponson Street, DEP number SC 1710589. We need to sign the order of conditions.
Yeah, of course. What are we doing? What's up next?
We have to sign the order of conditions, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you first, just a second. Okay, that's all signed off. I'll leave that, get that back to you, Kathy. 591 Ponce Street, the stormwater management application. I just want to report that as part of the stormwater process, this board has to determine that the application is complete before the applicant can move forward. The stormwater plan has been reviewed. It has been, we've made some changes in the stormwater plan through Pratt Brennan, so that plan is okay. We just sent out the memo to all the departments, but we're only required to send it to 4 for any comments. So I'm going to be looking for a vote that the application is complete and that we will hold a hearing on April 22nd, 2025. Someone want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion, we take a vote for 590 Montpont Street for the orders of conditions and special orders of conditions.
No, this is going to be the stormwater management application.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that the stormwater application is complete. And it is complete.
All right.
So, do I have a second?
Second, that, yep.
You want a second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5-0. Next order of business is 105 Palmer Mill Road. It's an update on the surety bond. There was something in the file. I got a note from Caitlin this morning that she had talked to council about this. And the problem I have with 105 Palmer Mill Road at this point is we don't have anything from the applicant regarding the security bond other than an email. So we have nothing in front of us. If he wants us not to do the surety bond, based on what I see, then we're gonna have to modify the order of conditions. I have no application in front of me. I have no indication they want to do that. So I'm gonna table this until next week, until we get some clarification. This is the one that we already approved. So, okay. 314 Monpont Street, 314 Plymouth Street. Caitlin was supposed to check with council on that. I do not have an update on that. 340 Plymouth Street, it's status quo. We're just waiting for the highway to fix the berm on her driveway. There's been no additional flooding since they repaired the road. 615 Monpont Street, I do not have an answer for that. So we're just gonna table this and put it on for the next agenda. I believe that this gentleman has retained an engineer to locate all the trees to come up with, I don't know if they're gonna rebuild the house, I'm really not clear. But he retained, I believe Webby, to do a plan, to address the order that we gave him to update it. Or to do some sort of a filing because he cut the trees too close. 22 Beechwood, part of the note that I got this morning, and I hope everybody got that, I'm not sure
Yeah,
that they did.
I got it, yeah.
Okay, tree removal, Caitlin's indicated that we're gonna go by caliper size, which I'm fine with that, so we'll just make sure that she reaches out to the applicant at the park, because there was a question on height and caliper size. Trees have caliper size, bushes have height, so I guess everybody's okay with that. 111 River Street, DEP number 1710584. I asked Peggy to send everybody a copy of the weekly reports. Anybody's got any questions on them? Okay. Street acceptance memo, Warren Drive, I'm just gonna do a little follow-up. This is a matter that's not in front of the commission, it's in front of the selectmen. I've worked with Highway to try to resolve the issues on Bourne and Danson, and then we also have Christmas Tree Lane that's got an outstanding order of conditions, and we are working on both of those. Christmas Tree Lane, I need some information from the selectman's office. I think we're gonna be fine with that one. The owner has agreed to transfer the property to the town. We still need to find the owners on Bourne and Danson. Okay. 314 Plymouth Street, I don't have an answer for that, and I should. 76 Pratt Street. Anybody heard on that? I have not heard a
When
word.
we get in emails, he's gonna plan it, and when it's done, we're gonna go look at it, maybe.
I did not get an email that,
I'm not sure, I think I saw something.
Says.
oh, I'm sorry.
You got the notes there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have opened it. Okay, 76 Pratt, the homeowner will contact the agent when restoration is ready to commence. Jute matting is in place and the agent will do the inspection. Okay, that's good. So let me just 314 Plymouth Street. Okay, we voted on 314, on the administrative notes, we voted to reach out to town council I didn't get any response yet, back yet. That's on 314 Plymouth. Okay, 76 Pratt, that plan will be coming in, and we'll leave that on the agenda until such time as they do that initial inspection. 19 White Island Road. No idea. I believe 19 White Island Road was a plan that was approved months ago. I did not get anything on it unless somebody else did.
Alan, I don't know whether it's in there. I happened to notice that property, that there was some excavation going on behind the garage while I was doing site visits. I asked Peggy about that today. She looked it up, and that's all the way from March of last year where they applied for permits. She seemed to think everything was in order.
Okay, okay, fine, thank you, okay. So she must have done a pre-construction inspection, okay. That's just under the agent's report.
Okay.
Okay. I want to bring to the board's attention that the legal ads have gone up from $45 to $55. One of the next items on our agenda is to pay the bills.
I put a motion that we pay the bills.
Okay?
I second.
You have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. These are the bills.
Someone goes through each one.
Oops. Oh, yeah, I forgot to sign it. Let me sign it too. John, that was a good catch. You know, I was up there, and I saw the contractor working, and I knew him, but the bells didn't click. I didn't think.
And I actually went to talk to the contractor, but he was on the phone, and I said, you know what, why don't I just go back to town hall and talk to Peg and see
Okay.
what's going on there? But she pulled the file and everything looks good.
Okay. It's 25th meeting minutes.
What?
I did that last week. Spilled my bottle.
I think it's gonna leak. It just keeps on oozing. So
Mm-hmm.
unless that leaks somewhere in it.
Do we have the March 25th meeting minutes? I think I made
Yes.
some adjustments.
We do this here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, next item, before we do the meeting minutes, I want to go over 25 Maryland Way.
26.
26. Oops, I touched the wrong thing here. All right. I don't know what he did. Do you have any idea how to go up?
No idea.
Okay. Oh, maybe the mouse.
Where's the mouse? Oh, is
Oh,
it this
no,
here?
no, there it is over here. Just let me see if I can get this up on the screen. I think it's on top of this.
Oh, okay, what's this one?
Okay. Let me just, do you mind grabbing that file? I got a call this morning from Peggy regarding 26 Maryland's Way. I have a plan on the screen, and that cul-de-sac is Maryland's Way. Just on the top of it, in the middle, is Lot 4. Can you read that? I can't read it. 4D or 4T.
The map here, Alan.
Okay. Everybody get this?
Yes.
Okay, it's 26 Maryland Way. I do have the map and lot number. Back in 1987, an order of conditions was placed on the property. It's not really clear why or how. It might have been on the whole subdivision. You can see the circle there, which, over to the left. Kathy, you got yours?
Oh, mine is what?
Okay, that circle there is actually off of Oak Place, and it's part of this subdivision. And I'm told, I think you said it's a vernal pool. Someone said it's a vernal pool,
Maybe a vernal pool.
okay? I looked at 26 Maryland Way. I saw no indication of any wetlands on the site. Now, I reviewed Mass Mappers, and I have a copy of that. And I don't see anything on Mass Mappers that shows that it's wetland. Well, that's the same picture that we have. What I would like to do, because these folks are attempting to pass papers, and when you have a 38-year-old order on there, I'd be looking for a motion to issue an order of, an order of conditions. But because of the length of time and all the parties that have since gone, the attorney has made a request. I'll read it into the record here. Town of Halifax Conservation Commission, attention Alan Diaz, April 8th, 2025, DEP file number 171-28. Dear Alan, please accept this letter in support of the issuance of a certificate of compliance for the order of conditions relative to the above referenced DEP file. Based on my knowledge and belief of the project, the property at 26 Maryland Way in Halifax meets the requirements set forth in the order of conditions recorded with the Plymouth Registry of Deeds at Book 8141, page 35. The property is in substantial compliance with said order. Given the age of the 37-year-old order, I request the commission waive the requirement that an as-built plan be submitted with the WPA Form 8 request for certificate of compliance. Let me know if there is any other information that I can provide to clear up this whole matter. So what I'm hoping, if the commission agrees, I would be looking for an order to, I'm looking for a vote to issue the order of conditions and waive the requirement to have an as-built.
I make a motion to issue the certificate of compliance and waive the as-built.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second that motion.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 5-0. Okay, you know, I knew that we had a lot of little skeletons in the closet. I didn't think we had 37-year-olds.
No, that one's longer than when I've been here.
Yeah, that one on Danson Lane is I think 27 or 28 years that I'm chasing. I have no idea why it does that. It just does it. Give that back to you. Well, I think the last order of business is going to be the meeting minutes. Did everybody get a chance to read the meeting minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
I did.
Okay. The only thing that I have a question on, and I'm okay with the meeting minutes, is that some brand-new guidance just came out where they extended the ability to do Zoom. And I don't recall if I identified myself as the one that was being out. We'll look at the tape. If not, we'll add it to the meeting minutes. Everything else seemed to be fine. Did everybody get a chance? Anybody got any questions on it? Okay. Then I would be looking for a motion to approve the March 25th, 2025 meeting minutes. And I will check on whether or not I identified myself as being that person.
I put a motion that we approve the minutes for March 25th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Alan, did we discuss?
11.
11 to 11.
Yeah, well,
Okay, we can finish with this. Do I have that on my agenda?
Yeah, it's on the page 3, I think, the bottom, or it's page 2.
Complaint. Work being done.
Anonymous complaint.
What's the date on your agenda? Let's come in today.
April 8th.
Well, you
See,
don't know
that-
anything
that
about
did-
it,
That
so...
wasn't the agenda that I got. I worked the agenda off the computer, so let me just see here. We got anything in the notes? I didn't hear anything. 11 Ocean Avenue.
I have it up here, it says, added to the agenda under other business, 11 Ocean Avenue. Anonymous complaint to Board of Health. Complaint also states that work is being done within 100 feet of Monpont Pond.
Okay. I honestly don't know why that's an agenda item. I think the proper way to do that is when the agent gets back, she gets back on Thursday, we'll have a look at it. I have no idea which house is 11 Ocean Ave.
I've walked by there on several occasions. The gentleman next door, I believe his last name is Silver, owns that house. He's having it reconstructed by Circle Construction. I don't believe there's any additions. They basically gutted it and are rebuilding it. So I'm not sure. It certainly deserves a site visit because it is within 100 feet of the pond, but I'm not sure there's...
Okay, my suggestion, is, John, is to contact, or send Caitlin an email and have her go out and take a look at it. Is 11 this end? I plow the end of that. Was it
I think
closer to
it's-
Monpont?
yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the...
Yeah, it's, Old Ocean comes
Yeah.
onto it.
Yeah, it's on London.
Where Old Ocean comes onto Ocean, it's the two houses right there. And it looks like work has stopped. It's been stopped for a substantial amount of time, at least over the winter.
Okay, relay that to Caitlin.
Okay.
I know there's some houses in there, and I know there's somebody that wanted to do something, put footings in, a long time ago, but I don't know the house. And like I say, I apologize, I took this agenda off of the web and I make my notes.
No
So,
problem.
okay. You're gonna make sure to reach out
I will.
and tell her whatever you observed. Is there any other business that we need to discuss? I think I covered everything.
Any other...
I do have a quick question for 314 Plymouth Street, that they don't have stormwater approval yet. Yet construction seems to be carrying on at full tilt.
That's very confusing. That's why we sent it to council.
Yeah.
We found that they do have some approvals. The meeting minutes were incorrect. So there was a vote taken, I don't have the date. There was a vote taken to approve it. Now, having said that, my question to Caitlin was, did they pay any fees? Was there any paperwork issued? This is what we're looking at now. I don't know that any permit was issued. I know in one of them, they filed a notice of intent, they paid no fees. So that's the step we're at now. So at this point, council's advised us not to try to stop them, but I can't find where they got the permits. But Caitlin did go through the meeting minutes and then she watched the tapes. And she pointed out to me, and I did see where the minutes didn't reflect. And what I've done, and I did that today, is I reached out to the Open Attorney General's office just for some guidance on how to correct those meeting minutes. Because most of the members are not here. They're gone.
Okay.
So, okay. It being 7:57, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I put a motion that we adjourn for the evening.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
1 hour.
Don't have any-